Yes guys, and welcome back guys for a brand new video guys on my channel guys. And yes guys, we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Nottingham Forest guys, at Old Trafford guys, at home guys. And yes guys, I was at this game just on the weekend just gone on Saturday, where Manchester United went and won the game 3-2. Yet again, we get away with one. Yet again, we got lucky. It was all about getting the win in this one, but we'll take it. And we made it hard work for ourselves though. Tell you what, we got over the line. More importantly, we had to get the win here. But anyway guys, we made 3 changes from last game against Tottenham. Talking about the start 11, so we started with Onana, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, Dalot, Casemiro, Eriksen, Anthony, Fernandes, Rashford and Martial. Anyway guys, getting into the overall reaction now. Man United rally from 2 down to beat 10-man Forest. What a game, what a win, what a result, what a comeback. It was a famous Manchester United comeback. Yes, get in. Massive 3 points. Phew, we got away with one. We got lucky, but we will take it. We made it hard work for ourselves. We got the job done. We found a way to win. We showed great commitment, determination, desire and fight to get back into the game. We showed great team spirit and character. It was a disastrous start for Manchester United. United get a corner, Forest hit us on the counter and they score for 1-0. United give away a stupid free kick and concede again for 2-0. The players have got into hiding. The midfield was non-existent. Not going with our runners. We just need to stay calm and composed. We need to concentrate and focus, get our confidence back. Forest are forcing us to play out wide, shit and sloppy passing. United have finally woken up. It was all about the response and reaction. We're playing with energy. United got into our rhythm and momentum. Eriksen scores for 2-1. United are creating some good chances, just lacking the end product. We need to be more clinical up front. United controlling the game. Forest time wasting. The front three are interchanging. It was a shit first half. Forest looked vulnerable. United on the front foot. United have picked up the intensity and tempo. United get a free kick and Casemiro scores for 2-2. The Old Trafford crowd was electric. United getting around the box. United picking up the pace, making runs in from behind, getting in between the lines. Slip passing by United. Martial went off for Sancho. Red card for Forest. United forcing the issue. Rashford wins a penalty and Bruno scores for 3-2. United dominated and controlling the game. Ten Hag makes a change. Sometimes decision making could have been a bit better. Forest had the moments towards the end of the game. We had to really dig deep. It was all about don't make a mistake. The game management, decision making was vital. Let's build on this now. We need to be more consistent. Still lots to improve on. First half was shit. Second half was brilliant. Overall, good performance. Win done. And 3 points done. Anyway, guys, let's get straight to today's video. What did I make of the performance? I thought the performance overall was a good performance in the end. We were 2-0 behind in the opening 4 minutes. So a bit of a disastrous start for Manchester United, to be honest with you. Obviously, great fight back, great team spirit, great character, great desire, commitment and determination to get back into the game. We had to show that as well. It was all about when we went 2-0 down, we had to stay calm and composed, stick to the game plan. We made it hard work for ourselves. We got away with one yet again. This game was all about the response after the Tottenham game. Yeah, we showed it with the bounce back. It was a great comeback from Manchester United. It was a famous Manchester United comeback. What a game, what a win and what a result it was, and we needed it. It was massive 3 points. Got away with one yet again. We'll take it. We made it hard work for ourselves. We had to work hard for it as well to win the game in the end. We found a way to win. The great teams always find a way to win, and we did. It was all about the team spirit and the character. We did well. Coming from behind, it was not easy. It was difficult, but we got there in the end. We got our reward. We got the 3 points. We got the win, but we need more clean sheets, so we've got to be better defensively. Defense has not been great in the first couple of games. We've got to improve massively this defense. Also the midfield, yet again. We know we can be better than this. We know there's still lots to improve on, but we want to build on this sort of, when you're winning games, you want to build on this sort of momentum. You can't just win a game and then lose a game. You've got to back it up with another win, and that's what we've got to do now against Arsenal on the weekend. We have to show that if we want to be up there in the top 4 in the race, we've got to be definitely beating Arsenal on the weekend now. Come on, this is Manchester United. We know that we're a team that's capable of beating Arsenal at the end of the day. At the end of the day, all matters focused on this game against Nottingham Forest, but whatever happened in this game, it was all about we had to win this game at the end of the day. We got the job done. Well done to the players, credit to the players, we'll take it. But we've got to build on it, and we've got to improve, and we've got to get better, but we need to be more consistent now. We've got to show it. We need to back it up with another win now on the weekend against Arsenal. Happy days at the end of the day. But get into the game now. Thought the first half had kicked off. Obviously, you know, it looked like you would have thought when you look at this game, United had an okay start to the game, because obviously we went out on the front foot. and we straight away we caused them problems, and we caused them problems for the majority of the game after, when we went 2-0 down. But to be honest, it was a disastrous start for Manchester United. We had this corner, they cleared it. Awoni just got the ball in a great position for himself. Obviously, 3 players came back and failed to block it, and obviously Onana just got his angles all wrong, and then in the end we ended up conceding the first goal. So it's like, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth when you went 1-0 down. And then we carried on. We got on with the game. The game kicked off yet again. We then tried to sort of get back into the game, but then we gave away a stupid free kick, and then just poor defending, and we gave away another goal, another shit goal to concede for 2-0. And then I think it was obviously a shocker surprise to all the fans in the stadium. You would have been thinking, what the fuck's going on? The players had just literally just gone into hiding, and the midfield was just non-existent at times as well. And we were just not going with our runners as well, and we were not man marking as well, and that's what led to the second goal, of why we conceded that goal as well. But when we were 2-0 down, we just had to stay calm and composed. Don't worry, don't panic. You will get back into this game. I think the message would have been, don't concede another goal, because if you conceded another goal, it's game, set and match. There's no way coming back into the game at the end of the day. And they practically just threw away a 2-0 lead at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, United, we just had to concentrate and focus, get our confidence back, get back into the game. Forest, obviously we're playing the triangles and we're forcing United to go out wide. But to make United's afternoon a little bit more frustrating, our passing was shit as well. It was shit, sloppy passing as well at times. But then eventually we woke up. I think it took us about 15, 20 minutes to sort of wake up a bit. And we did. Then it was all about the response, about the reaction. Then we sort of started to take the energy to them. We picked up the pace, the intensity, the tempo. We lifted all of that. Then we got into our rhythm, our momentum, the way how Ten Hag wants to play. And then I thought we created some good chances. And then it was all about, we had to take our chance. And Eriksen got us back into the game to make it 2-1. And then you would have been thinking, right, let's hopefully try and get a second before half time. Because if you get a second into half time, we can go on and kick on and win the game in the second half. But we had to do it the hard way. We had to come back from behind. And but I thought we still created some good chances after when we scored the goal to get back into the game. We were just lacking a bit of that end product. We just needed to be a little bit more clinical. The front three needed to be a little bit more clinical. But I thought then, when we got ourselves back into the game, I thought we controlled that game. They were happy to sit back deep and defend that lead, Forest. And then obviously Forest as well, with the time wasting as well. That time wasting was an absolute fucking joke. And I tell you what, all the fans around me were frustrated. How Turner did not get a booking for time wasting was an absolute farce as well. That time wasting was a joke. It's obviously a tactic of theirs. But I tell you what, that, plenty of more players should have got a yellow card for time wasting, because it was an absolute joke from that referee. The referee, I thought, had an absolute stinker of a game. I thought he was an absolute joke as well in the game. We should have had fouls when we should have had some fouls, and that should have been given as free kicks. So I think the referee had a stinker of a game in this one. Definitely, for sure. I thought the referee was an absolute joke. But you saw it throughout the game that the front three were interchanging quite a bit as well. And then obviously to top things off, it was still a shit first half, considering we got back into the game to make it 2-1. But then in the second half, I thought United were brilliant. I thought Forest immediately just looked vulnerable at the back defensively. You knew that you could definitely just go and exploit that defence and just go and expose it at the end of the day, and which we did. I think United got the front foot, second half, front foot, high in energy, high tempo, high intensity. We took the game to them, and it was all about who wanted the game more, and we wanted it more. We raised our bar, we raised the levels, we stuck to our principles and our rules as well. And then we get a free kick, and Casemiro scores for 2-2 to get us back into the game. The Old Trafford crowd was absolutely electric when you're in that stadium as well. We got back to 2-2. We knew we could go on and kick on and win this game. But then I thought United were dangerous. We were all around them, controlled, dominated the game yet again. We were getting around the box. We picked up the pace. We were making runs in from behind. Getting between the lines. I thought the passing was very good as well in the second half. Slick passing, quick, agile passing from Manchester United. And then rightly so, obviously Martial goes off for Sancho as well, because obviously Martial's just coming back into action as well. So Sancho comes on, plays into the false nine position. He goes up top. Yeah, again the front three are interchanging, but then obviously Forest get the red card. I think to top their afternoon off, they get a red card. United forcing the issue a little bit more, and we created some good chances. And Rashford wins a penalty. Bruno scores it for 3-2. Obviously an important moment for Bruno as well to step up, obviously with a lot of pressure on his shoulders to take the lead as well in the game. And then, we dominated, controlled that game. And, Ten Hag makes another change, but McTominay comes on. And then I thought the decision making in times could have been a little bit better. There was times in that half where we went 3-2 up, where we could have definitely killed the game off with another goal. We could have definitely got a fourth goal. But I think that's where obviously some good crosses got in, and just maybe needed a little tap, a little nudge to go in. Just lacked that end product yet again. And then obviously Forest had their moments towards the end of the game, and then we had to really dig deep then, because obviously we were going into 11 added minutes, and it was all about don't make a mistake, and game management and decision making was vital. And at the end, we got the important 3 points that we needed, and we got our reward. We got it. We got the win. We got the 3 points, and it was vital. We had to win, and we had no other choice but to win, and we did our job. At the end of the day, overall, not a pretty performance, but what a game, what a win, and what a result. It was all about seeing a response, getting back to winning ways after last week against Tottenham. It was important to win and also get the 3 points. Definitely, we had no other choice but to win this game. It was all about we had to win this game. We had to show a response after the embarrassing defeat to Tottenham last weekend. It was a much needed response from the players. We had to show a response. The players did a brilliant job of showing that response to the fans. Thought we did our job, and obviously we had to do a famous Manchester United comeback. Obviously, when you're 1-0 down, you're still in the game. 2-0 down, you got a bit of a mountain to climb at 3-0, which we couldn't let them do as well. It would have been game, set and match, and there would have been no chance of coming back into the game. It would have been at 2-0 down, don't concede again, we have to score the next goal. That would have been the message. But at the end of the day, we had to do a famous Manchester United comeback. What a comeback from the players. Sometimes you have to do it the hard way. We had to do it the hard way. We made it hard work for ourselves. We had to really give it everything. We made it hard work for ourselves, and we had to really go for it. That's where then you sort of saw the players playing with a little bit more conviction about ourselves, a bit more courage, and that we wanted it more in the end when we went to 2-0 down. But that was when we sort of eventually woken up and got into the game, and we grew back into the game. I thought the players did an incredible job to get back into the game. Let's take it one game at a time. We don't want to get too carried away after this one great result. At the end of the day, we've got to build on it now. We want to be more consistent. There's still lots to improve on. We have to take it one game at a time. There's lots of games to play this season. We need a big squad for it. Obviously, yes, we've got a bit of an injury crisis at the minute, but we have to dip in the market, get the players that we want. At the end of the day, in this game, it was all about we had to win this game. We had to. We got our reward. We won. Brilliant. It was a disastrous start for United. Forest scored 2 goals in 4 minutes. We showed great team spirit, character and fight to win the game. Definitely, that's what it's all about. It was always going to test us of how can we come back into this game. Thought we showed great desire, commitment, determination to get back into the game. And this is what it's all about. Sometimes when you go 2-0 down in games, it was obviously a shock and a surprise to all the fans, obviously to the manager and the players as well, but it's how you bounce back. You respond and how you react to it at the end of the day, and I thought we reacted brilliantly well. It was like what I said before, the mentality would have been don't concede concede again, we've got to score the next goal. And that's what it was all about throughout the whole rest of the 86 minutes. It was all about don't concede again, you've got to score another goal. At the end of the day, we showed great fighting spirit, and that's what we've got in this team. Brilliant character as well. We had to really show that fight as well in the game. Phew, we got away with one. We can't let it happen yet again. One of them. We made it hard work for ourselves. We got away with one. We'll take it. In these sort of games, it does test sometimes your fighting team spirit, the character as well, and the fight to get back into these sort of games. I couldn't afford to lose a game like this against Nottingham Forest. You've got to be beating the lesser teams, and we did that eventually. We got away with one, and we knew that Forest were decent. We knew it would be a tough game, and we got away with one definitely for sure. How important is that goal from Eriksen just to sort of change the mood? Yeah, definitely it was an important goal to change the game. Obviously, definitely. I thought when we went 2-0 down, when we eventually woken up, I thought we played a little bit more conviction of ourselves and a little bit more energy, brought the high intensity, the high tempo. But I thought it was a great movement by Marcus Rashford. He beats his man, beats his player, but he's good out as well. Low and hard cross, Eriksen, great finish. So it obviously changes the game, it changes the mood, it lifts the confidence back into the players. The momentum was on our side. It was all about we had to stay concentrated and stay focused. Don't take your eye off the ball. That's what we sort of did in the opening sort of 10 or 15 minutes or so. We grew into the game as the game went on, and then we sort of learned from our mistakes. It was all about don't concede again, you've got to score another 2 more goals. That was the mentality in the back of everyone's mind. It was an important goal to change the mood, lifted the mood. Brilliant goal by Christian Eriksen, first one of the season for him. We are 3 games in, the performances haven't been great. We've got lucky in 2 games, but we need to raise our game and performance in the next game against Arsenal. Definitely for sure. I think obviously you've looked at our 2 performances at home where we've got away with 2 games, 6 points out of 9. It's not too bad at the end of the day. It would have been okay if we would have took 7 points. The 3 performances haven't been great. I think what we've got to do is we've still got a lot to improve on. We knew the defence is not great yet. We need to obviously find the right balance in the midfield. I think that's still an ongoing process at the minute as well. I think it's going to take time for us obviously to get into our season. It does take teams a while, but obviously fans expect these performances to kick off from the moment the season kicks off. I think definitely we're going to have to raise our game, going to have to pick up the performance against Arsenal, because we know that Arsenal's going to be a tough place to go and win. Bring our A game against Arsenal. The performance needs to be a top strong performance against Arsenal. It's never easy against Arsenal. Yes, we did lose there 3-2 last time. We've got to do better now. Obviously it's a concern that we can't beat the top 6 teams. Go to Arsenal, ruin it, spoil the party at Arsenal. It'll be a tough game against Arsenal. We're in for one hell of a tough game against Arsenal, but Arsenal play their game, we've got to play our game, and we've got to bring our A game, obviously lift our performances. Obviously the last 3 have not been great. We need to definitely, it needs to be a fantastic performance to go and beat Arsenal. I think we can do it. This team is capable of doing it. We've got goals in this team as well. It's all about taking it one game at a time. Let's be consistent. Let's build on the momentum that we've got on our side. We need to learn from our mistakes and hopefully take it into Arsenal. And we need a big performance, and we need to start well, get the first goal, shut the fans up, do our job on Arsenal. Here is my man of the match. I thought there were some good players that had a good performance in this game, to be honest. I thought Onana was okay, obviously, with the 2 goals. I think the first goal should have been better, and obviously couldn't do nothing about the second goal. I thought Wan-Bissaka was good. Obviously the defence was not so great in the first 2 goals, but Varane obviously can't judge him on it after going off injured. But Martinez was good. I thought Delo was okay at playing at left back, but still not great. I thought Casemiro had a good game. Eriksen had a good game. I thought Anthony had a good game as well. I thought Fernandes had a brilliant game. Rashford as well, I thought he was good. Martial was just non-existent up top. I'm going to give this Bruno Fernandes. He was absolutely everywhere. He ran the show. You could tell that he ran the show in the midfield. Strong performance in, and we knew that he'd be our man of the match in this game. Yeah, definitely Bruno Fernandes is my man of the match in this game for sure. How do we beat Arsenal? Arsenal now our next fixture. Obviously Arsenal's going to be an incredible difficult game on the weekend. Arsenal, brilliant team, obviously brought in some brilliant players in the transfer window with the likes of Yuri and Timber, Declan Rice as well, and obviously Kai Havertz as well. Arsenal, they're still building. I think Arteta's still trying to get his, well, obviously with the team that he's got now, is obviously trying to really challenge for the league as well yet again this season. Arsenal, we know that this is going to be a tough place to go. It's going to be a tough game from start to finish. I think this is going to be a competitive game. I think it's going to be end to end. I think both teams are going to have a lot of chances. We're going to go toe to toe, going to give it to them right till the end as well. So I expect this game to be similar to last season against Arsenal. I don't think this is going to be an easy game against Arsenal. Arsenal. I think it's going to be a tight and tactical game against Arsenal. We're going to have to play it strategically well against Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal unbeaten this season, haven't lost a game. And to be honest, I think Arsenal have not performed well in their first 3 games either. I think they got away one with Forest. I thought Forest played some good stuff at times, and they walked away with a win. Lucky to walk away with that win. Thought they dominated and controlled the game against Palace, but I thought Palace had their chances. Any other day, I thought Palace would have scored their chances. They got away with one there, scoring a penalty and getting the win on a clean sheet. They'll be disappointed that they dropped 2 points against Fulham at home. Obviously, they'll want to respond after the game against Fulham from last weekend. Arsenal, they're a strong team. They're a strong side. They've got some things to resolve during the week. Obviously, going to this game against Arsenal well prepared. In a game like this, we're going to go with the right mindset, the right mentality. We're still struggling to beat top 6 teams, but at the end of the day, we've got to play our game here. We need a strong performance against Arsenal. It's not going to be an easy game from start to finish. Games like Arsenal, you have to defend well, and we have to do that against Arsenal. And I think we've sort of found a bit of a good balance between Martinez and Lindelof of having a good centre-back partnership there. You've sort of seen when Lindelof came on, sort of made a bit of a good impact when Martinez went off injured against Wolves, and then obviously came on again on the weekend, just gone against Forest. So I thought, yet again, 2-0 in the second half against Forest. So I think you can see that we can definitely be more tight and compact in this game against Arsenal. But it's going to be a tactical game against Arsenal. So we have to be in for, it's going to be a long afternoon, but we have to take it. But we will get chances in this game, and it's all about, you've got to take your chances. We've got to be clinical, and then it's all about how well we can defend as a team, and then it's all about how we grind out and how we see out and execute the game plan. And we need a strong performance against Arsenal, definitely, for sure. But this Arsenal team, they're well coached, they're well drilled. They'll be on the front foot. They look strong defensively, but look vulnerable at times. Definitely something for United to go and exploit and expose. But they'll be aggressive, they'll be ruthless, they'll play with high intensity, high tempo, they'll bring the energy, they'll push us around, they'll pull us around, they'll change. They've got a changing mentality now. They like to win games now. They bring a winning mentality to this team now. Or they'll make runs in from behind, they'll get between the lines. They'll be well organised, they'll be tight and compact defensively, they'll play with width. They'll want to capitalise on mistakes, but they'll be brave and they'll take risks themselves. But, United have got to defend properly. Defensively, we've got to be organised. We need to be tight and compact. Defensively, we've got to frustrate them. We need to be ruthless, relentless, aggressive, high intensity, high tempo. Play with energy, create the chances, take your chances. We've got to play with width, get between the lines, got to close them down, don't let them get back into the game. Don't leave the spaces open. They will show incredible team spirit, character and fight. We've got to do the basics right. Game management and decision making will be key in a game like this. Got to be tight. Don't let them get the shot off. Sustain your attacks. Do the basics when you're 50-50s, when your second balls and when your duels. Put them on the back foot. Keep possession. Fullbacks have got to be effective. Force them to make mistakes. Put them under pressure. Don't let the wingers cut back inside. Don't afford to make mistakes. Make the runs in from behind. Don't get pulled out of position. Be explosive and keep Jesus and Nketiah quiet. Get into the goals now. First goal, Martinez passed the ball to Fernandes. Fernandes shoots. Turner saves it. Martial is first to get there. Pass the ball to Rashford. Rashford runs, beats his man. Great low and hard cross. And Eriksen scores for 2-1. Second goal, United get a free kick. Fernandes caught everyone out. Pass the ball to Rashford. Great cross by Rashford. Fernandes heads it to Casemiro, and Casemiro taps it in for 2-2. Clever free kick. Third goal, Rashford wins a penalty and Fernandes steps up and scores for 3-2. Getting to the stats now. Possession for Man United, it was 66.3%. For Forest, it was 33.7%. Goals for Man United, it was 3, and for Forest, it was 2. Total shots for Man United, it was 18, and for Forest, it was 9. Shots on target for Man United, it was 9, and for Forest, it was 4. Shot accuracy for Man United, it was bang on 50%, and for Forest, it was 44.4%. Shots inside the box for Man United, it was 7, and for Forest, it was 7. Shots outside the box for Man United, it was 11, and for Forest, it was 2. Total passes for Man United, it was 637 passes, and for Nottingham Forest, it was 316 passes. The pass accuracy for Man United, it was 86%. For Nottingham Forest, it was 72.2%. Into the substitutions now. Varane went off for Lindelof, talking about Raphael's performance. That's a cover for United's porous left-hand side, but once he come off at half-time, presumably with an injury. Martial went off for Sancho. Talk about Antony's performance. United's issues could be gauged by Martial's presence in the starting lineup for the first time in 93 days. Zero goal threat. Antony went off for McTominay. Talk about Antony's performance. A slight improvement in the first half on recent performances, but not enough. Unfortunately, the curling effort at 2-2 still not consistent enough. Next up, we've got Arsenal. Arsenal are 5th in the league. I think this is going to be, like I said before, I think this is going to be a tight tactical game. Strategically well against Arsenal. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a long afternoon. We're up for the challenge. We want to go to the Emirates. It's going to be a tough place to go and win. We've got to go there. We've got to spoil the party. We've got to ruin it. Do our job here. We've got to start well in a game like this against Arsenal. We can't afford for them to come straight on the front foot. But we do need to take them out of their comfort zone in this game. That's what exactly we've got to do to Arsenal. Take them out of your comfort zone in this game and they'll not like it. And as soon as you take them out of their comfort zone, they don't enjoy it. I think with Arsenal, what you've got to do is you've got to defend properly in this game against Arsenal. With Lindelof and Martinez as the centre-back partnership, and also with Wan-Bissaka, maybe with Dalot at left-back, and obviously with a new left-back coming in towards the end of the transfer window. We've got to keep it tight and compact. Got to defensively be tight and compact. You've got to frustrate them. You can't afford to make silly mistakes. Do your job here against Arsenal. Every single player's got to do their job. In a game like this against Arsenal, stay concentrated and focused at all times. Don't take your eye off the ball. We have to play well in a game like this. We have to bring our A game, go with the right mindset, the right mentality. We've got to prepare well for a game like this against Arsenal. We're in for a long afternoon, but I think we can definitely go and beat this Arsenal side. Yes, they're very good now, still unbeaten. I think their last 3 performances have not been up to scratch. They will make some big changes along the way tactically as well. United have got to be on it tactically. We've definitely got to get it right, not only just tactically but the way how we want to play in this game, and offensively we've got to do our job here. There's definite goals in this game. Højlund's back for this game as well, so I do sense a Højlund goal, a debut goal for him. We've got to go there, go to the Emirates, calm and composed, don't worry. Settle into the game, get your confidence. This will be the first time Casemiro's playing against Arsenal. Hopefully, we've got to be able to get hold of that midfield, and then when we get hold of that midfield, it's how well we can put this Arsenal team away. And then it's all about how can we go and exploit their weaknesses. I think defensively, they do have their troubles as well, like playing Partey at right back, not his natural position. I think when players start playing out of their own positions, it's definitely something to exploit for sure and try and expose. And obviously with the loss of Kieran Tierney as well, going out on loan, Mikel Arteta will have some big choices to make with his starting 11. I know what our starting 11 is going to be. We've got to go into this game with the right mentality, the right mindset. We want to win this game. We've got to bring a winning mentality to this game. Arsenal, we've got a massive big rivalry here. I don't like losing this game against Arsenal. We've got to bring the energy about us with the high intensity, the high tempo as well. We've got to be aggressive. We've got to be ruthless. We've got to make the runs in from behind. We've got to play in between the lines. It's going to be a tight tactical game. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be end-to-end. And I think in a game like this, it's going to be all down to who takes the chances and who's clinical. Definitely, that's something to take in the head. It's definitely who's going to take the chances, be clinical in front of goal. Definitely, United will be up for this for sure. We've got to be able to turn up to this game against Arsenal. We've got to play with courage, intent and conviction. We've got to be ready for this game against Arsenal. Settle into the game, don't worry, and you'll grow into the game. You'll grow your confidence. We've got to go and win the game against Arsenal. Be a tough task. This Man United team is capable of beating this Arsenal side. I know we can beat them. We just got to have to play it well, play it strategically well. Tight tactical game. We've got to be ready for this game though against Arsenal. Arsenal are scoring 1.7 goals per game. Arsenal are conceding 1 goal per game. This will be Arsenal's 3rd game of the season at home, and they'll be looking to respond after their 2-2 draw to Fulham. The first thing that you've got to be aware of is I think Arsenal will look to get on the front foot straight away. United have got to take them out of their comfort zone for sure. Arsenal are still unbeaten this season. The players to look out for is Ramsdale, Saliba, White, Gabriel, Kiowa, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, Partey, Saka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Jorginho, Vieira, Havertz, Rice, Jesus, Martinelli, Nketiah, Trossard and Nelson. Hope you guys are enjoying another video. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days. And peace.